If you enjoy our stories, please strike the subscribe button, comment, and like. Thank you.
The old house sat alone at the end of Ashwood Road, hidden behind twisted oak trees that seemed to claw at the sky. Even in broad daylight, people avoided looking at it. By sunset, no one dared drive past. Locals had a simple rule. If you hear screaming from the house, don't stop. Don't listen. And whatever you do, don't answer if it calls your name. Most people laughed at the legend until they disappeared. October winds swept through the small town of Black Hollow as Ethan Carter parked his truck beside the rusted gate. Ethan wasn't a ghost hunter. He wasn't a thrill seeker. He was a documentary filmmaker searching for his next viral story. The abandoned mansion, known as the House of Screams, had become famous online after dozens of people claimed they heard blood-curdling cries coming from inside every night at exactly 2:13 a.m. No one had ever explained the sounds. Police dismissed them. Historians ignored them. But internet videos kept appearing. Most were fake. A few didn't look fake at all. His cameraman, Jake, adjusted the flashlight. "You really think we'll hear anything?" Ethan smiled. "If we're lucky." Neither of them noticed the elderly woman standing across the road. She watched silently. When Ethan locked the truck, she finally spoke. "If the house screams," she paused. "Don't scream back." Before Ethan could ask what she meant, she was already walking away into the darkness. The mansion towered over them. Broken windows stared like empty eyes. The front door hung slightly open, as though something had just gone inside, or was waiting for them. Jake swallowed hard. "Tell me again why we're doing this?" Ethan turned on the camera. "Because haunted houses don't exist." The words echoed strangely, as if someone deep inside the house whispered them back. The front door slammed shut behind them. Both men jumped. Wind. It had to be wind. Dust floated through beams of moonlight. Every floorboard groaned beneath their footsteps. The wallpaper peeled from the walls like rotting skin. Family portraits covered the hallway, but every face had been scratched away, except one. A little girl. Her smile remained untouched. At exactly 2:13 a.m., it began. A scream exploded through the house. Not one voice. Hundreds. Men, women, children, all screaming together. The sound wasn't just loud. It felt alive. The walls vibrated. The ceiling cracked. Jake ripped off his headphones. "Oh my God!" The screaming suddenly stopped. Silence. Then, a little girl's voice echoed upstairs.
"Mommy?"
Another voice answered.
"Come here."
Jake whispered, "Did you hear that?" Ethan nodded. The voices sounded real. Too real. They climbed the staircase. Each step creaked louder than the last. Halfway up, something ran across the hallway above them. Fast. Too fast. They caught only a shadow. Jake swung the flashlight. Nothing. Just another hallway. Then, giggling. Soft. Childlike. Coming from behind them. They spun around. No one. The master bedroom door slowly opened by itself. Inside stood an antique rocking chair, moving back and forth, back and forth. No wind, no one touching it. The camera suddenly glitched. Static flooded the screen. A voice whispered through the speaker. "Leave." Jake stared at Ethan. "You heard that too, right?" Before Ethan answered, the rocking chair stopped. Instantly. Every door in the hallway slammed shut at once. Bang! 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 The lights on every camera died. Darkness swallowed everything. Only Jake's flashlight remained. Its beam shook violently. Not because of the batteries, because Jake's hands wouldn't stop trembling. Then they heard footsteps. Slow, heavy, coming toward them. 1, 2, 3. The footsteps stopped just outside the bedroom. Someone, or something, was standing behind the closed door. Then came 3 knocks. Knock. 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 The doorknob slowly turned. Jake backed away. "I'm done." The door creaked open. No one stood there. Just darkness. An endless darkness. Far deeper than the hallway should have been. Ethan aimed the flashlight inside. The beam disappeared, as though the darkness had swallowed the light itself. Then the screaming returned. Only this time, it came from inside the room. Thousands of voices begging for help, crying, praying, screaming. And among them, Ethan heard his own mother's voice. She had died 6 years earlier. "Ethan, help me." His blood froze. No, it can't be. Jake grabbed his arm. "Don't listen." The voices changed. Now they sounded like people Ethan loved. Friends, family, his younger sister, each begging him to step inside. Just one more step. The darkness rippled, like black water. Something moved beneath it, watching, waiting, hungry. Jake suddenly screamed. Ethan turned. Jake was being dragged backward across the floor. Invisible hands wrapped around his legs. He clawed desperately at the wood. Splinters tore into his fingers. "Ethan, help me!" Ethan grabbed him, pulled with everything he had. For 1 second, Jake stopped moving. Then the invisible force yanked harder. Jake vanished into the darkness. His scream echoed forever. Then, silence. Ethan ran down the hallway, down the stairs, toward the front door. It wouldn't open. He threw his shoulder against it. Again. 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 Behind him, footsteps. Dozens of them. Walking together. Slowly. Patiently. He turned around. The hallway was full of people. Or what used to be people. Pale faces. Sunken eyes. Twisted mouths frozen open in endless screams. They weren't walking. They were floating. Every one of them stared directly at Ethan. Then, they smiled. The little girl stepped forward. the only face from the portrait, still smiling. She tilted her head. "You screamed back." Ethan realized, without noticing, he had screamed Jake's name. The old woman's warning came rushing back. Don't scream back. The house didn't feed on fear. It fed on voices. Every scream became another prisoner, another soul trapped forever inside its walls. The ghosts rushed toward him. The camera hit the floor. Static consumed the recording. The final sound captured was Ethan screaming. Then, nothing. 3 weeks later, police entered the mansion after Ethan's truck was found abandoned outside. They discovered his camera, covered in dust. The final footage contained everything investigators expected. The empty hallways, the old furniture, the broken staircase. But Jake never appeared. Not once. As though he had never entered the house. Then, just before the recording ended, the camera accidentally pointed toward an upstairs window. Standing there, watching, was Ethan. His face was white, his eyes completely black, his mouth stretched impossibly wide. He slowly lifted one finger and beckoned. Come inside. Today, the House of Screams still stands. Drivers passing Ashwood Road often report hearing distant cries in the middle of the night. Some say the voices call their names. Others swear they hear loved ones begging for help. A few stop to investigate. None of them are ever seen again. So if you ever find yourself driving down a lonely road and you hear someone screaming from an abandoned house, keep driving, because the voice calling you may already know your name. And once the House of Screams hears you answer, you'll become its next scream.
If you enjoy our stories, please strike the subscribe button, comment, and like. Thank you.